Good morning, everybody. I'm Paul Miller. I'm the Executive Director of Island Heritage Trust, and this is our second Friday bird walk for June. Today's June 12th. We're here at lovely Shore Acres at the end of the meadow trail where it hits the cove. Tide's going out, so we got a mud flat. Got a bunch of birds flying around, so we're going to spend time here today going down the various trails looking for birds, plants, insects, anything interesting that we can find to point out to you and talk about and take some really good video of and share on our website and our YouTube page. So here at Shore Acres we have a trail called the Gold Thread Trail. And if you've been here and have wondered what that is, it's a native plant that grows in the woods here. And right here is the leaves of the gold thread. It's trifoliate, like a clover. It's got some teeth on the edge. But it's named because if I carefully remove some of the duff and the soil, I'm going to, for demonstration purposes only, disturb the soil. We request that people don't do this in our preserves normally. I'm going to carefully work the soil away, and you can see there's a golden colored root of the plant, a gold thread. Real pretty. So I'll put that back together for the plant. So we're birding along the Gold Thread Trail at Shore Acres, and we've come across a wonderful little native wildflower called a pink lady slipper. And this is the first one I've seen in bloom this season in Maine. It's right along the trail, so obviously people are respecting it and enjoying it without affecting it, so that's great. And if there's one here right near the trail, there's probably many more dispersed out through the woods, so hopefully we'll see some more. So I just had a really great bird fly overhead. It's a BlackHeaded Warbler, which if you would look it up, it's this little tiny warbler, but it's got this bright orange breast that just stands out in the early morning sun like we have right now. And in this case, the one I just saw was flying with an insect in its mouth that direction. So it's probably already nesting and going to feed its young. So we have a Maine bird atlas happening. We're trying to document all the breeding birds in Maine, and I just got some proof that this species might be breeding right here in Shore Acres. So while I was going down the trail, off to the side, this web caught my eye in the morning sun. And it's a spider, obviously, it's a web. This is a species in the family called Orbweaving Spiders. And you may be able to see that inside the web complex is this convex shape. That's the orb. And she's right in the middle of that orb. Real pretty. Oh, she just moved a little bit. You might have seen that motion. Real pretty spider. So we thought you might like to see that. Orbweaving spider. So there's a few birds singing right now. I'm primarily focused on this bird in front of me. That sounds like it's really short, quick phrases like, here I am, look at me, over here. So that's a RedEyed Vireo. And we'll listen to see who else is singing. And I'll point and say who I think it is. So that's the Vireo. ZZ, Zuzuzi, that's a black-throated green warbler. And another black-throated green warbler over there. So there's two males counter-singing, so they're setting up their territories. Black-throated green warbler, Vireo. We're not hearing anybody else, so of course when we turn the camera on, all the other birds I was hearing pipe down. So we'll go to another spot and see if we can get some more species. So we have a few birds here at this stop. Behind me was just a white-throated sparrow. Off in this direction we have a thrush called a hermit thrush, and it's a wonderful, fluty song that kind of just wisps through the woods, so we'll listen for a minute for that. So. I'm going to pitch again to see if I can get anybody to come closer. I think we're hearing a northern parula as well. Parula, black-throated green warbler. Gets a little confusing sometimes. Let's go a little further down the trail. So right now we're looking into the woods off the trail in the direction of the vernal pool. And we're hearing the winter wren, and periodically a frog species, which I think is a wood frog, but I might have to revisit my frog calls. So frogs, we just heard a yellow-rumped warbler. That twittering was the winter wren. May or may not be able to hear them in the video, but I'm also hearing a red-breasted nuthatch. That was a red squirrel. There's slate-colored juncos chipping behind us. I can still hear a thrush way off in the distance, probably a hermit thrush. Another ovenbird to our right off in the distance. Good spot. So we're on the Great Oak Trail at Shore Acres, and here is our Great Oak. And the Great Oak, a species of oak called the red oak, is one of the larger trees around, and if we pan up and look at the canopy, we'll see that it's a very large, widespread canopy. This is what we call a wolf tree, as in a lone wolf. If we can imagine standing here 150 years ago, or even 100 years ago, there may not have been any other trees around us. It would have been an open agricultural area, except for this one tree growing by itself out in the middle of the open space. And that's why it has such a widespread canopy, because it could reach out and just kind of stretch out in the open space. So, it's a wonderful tree. And it's a deciduous tree, and Shore Acres is composed mostly of spruce fir coniferous forests, but there's little pockets of these deciduous trees where different birds like to be. So in this area, we're going to hear The thrush is going to be closer. An ovenbird I can hear to my right. I can hear a northern parula, but that's more of a spruce fir species. Anyways, I'm going to give this oak a hug, because I like to hug big trees. I just heard a Blackburnian warbler in the woods beyond the edge of the meadow. I'd like to show everybody what a Blackburnian warbler looks like. I'm going to use an app I have on my phone called iBird Pro. So I've got to type in the bird's name. There's Blackburnian warbler. So this is an artist's rendition of the species. Here's an actual picture. So it's a wonderful little warbler with this really bright orange breast. And if you can see one of these males in the treetops in the morning when the sunlight is just hitting it, it really glows. It's a wonderful bird. These birds breed in this orange area, and then yellow is migration, and they go to South America for the winter. So that Blackburnian warbler has ended its journey and is now here to breed for the next couple months in the summer. One more thing I'll show you is what it sounds like. So, iBird Pro, if you're interested. So we're back on the meadow trail. We're going to end the walk for today, but we're going to spend a few minutes here on the water's edge to see who's singing in the trees around us, and maybe an osprey will fly over and we'll hear him doing his high-pitched call. So I'm going to listen and point out who I think is singing around us right now. So we have several birds singing. They're kind of faint. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up. But we have a junco singing. We have chickadees singing. Black-throated green warbler over there. There's an eastern phoebe somewhere really far away. That really delicate lilting dee-dee, that's our beloved black-capped chickadee singing. A crow behind the camera. A northern parula, another warbler species, near the black-throated green warbler over there. And I think that's what we had for the walk today. So thank you for being with us, and look for more videos from Island Heritage Trust. And thank you for your support. And if you're not yet a supporter, we look for you to join the family and support us. So thank you. Have a great day.